All
Call!
right, that's good enough. All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Simply Cyber Q1 2025 State of Simply Cyber. I was saying that I wanted to have some walk-on music, but we had to go live because you guys were waiting. And then I realized, like, I don't know what would be appropriate to launch for Q1 2025. I was thinking Snoop's Drop It Like It's Hot, but whatever. We're still trying to figure it out, right? Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're coming from. This is your State of Simply Cyber quarterly meeting, basically. And what we're going to do over the next hour or 30 minutes to an hour, right, is we're going to go through exactly what's been going on at Simply Cyber. We're a community. We are media and podcasts. We are education. We are doing all sorts of things for the community. I do want to say thank you to all of you who are in attendance. You are helping shape what this community becomes and what Simply Cyber can do to help anyone and everyone that wants to have a kick-ass career in cybersecurity. All right, quick side of that. I did not bring donuts, Legrad. I am sorry. That's a fail on my part. I will have to get donuts for everyone. I do want to say what's up to all of you. Steve McMichael, Space Taco, Swims with Sharks. Chris Whitlock, should I have done an @SC notify? Probably should have, right? In Discord. Would you mind just dinging that really quickly? Hey, Justin Gold, we got the mods in here as well. So let's get into it. The idea here, thank you. The idea here is that we are going to go through this, and I'm super pumped. We've expanded the team formally. Chris Whitlock is going to join us for community updates. Kimberly Can Fix It will join us for media group updates. Josh Mason's on vacation, so I'll be covering his academy. We are going to go deep and just wide as far as everything with this community. I hope you're excited. I really am. So let's get into it. Really quick, the agenda. I'm going to talk about Simply Cyber at 35,000 feet. That's a slight Easter egg for longtime community members. James McQuiggan, wink, wink. Then we'll go through the three different kind of sections of Simply Cyber and get respective updates on that. And then, as always, we will open it up at the end for AMA, not really jaw-jacking, but much more questions about direction, strategic vision, community, training, Simply CyberCon, like a million different things. Whatever it is that you want as a community, that's what's up. Again, I see you as my boss effectively, right? So I want to serve you and I want to make sure that we're aligned and I'm serving you properly. So let's really quick talk about Simply Cyber. If you're new here, welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Our mission, right? I formally documented it, right? It's to guide people through their cybersecurity career journey with authentic, accessible education and community support. If you look at anything that we are doing with Simply Cyber, it will always align to this. Whether you're just breaking in, you're leveling up, you're trying to pivot within industry, right? You're going and getting your CISP after 25 years and basically becoming a CISO. There is value and there is opportunity and there is resources for you no matter where you are in your journey. And we are legit. When I say authentic, I don't mean it's all packaged up and produced and friggin' all that nonsense. Like, we are real. We are practitioners. We are people who care. We come from all different parts of the world and walks of life, experiences. And we are trying to bring this knowledge, this experience to everybody, effectively punching imposter syndrome directly in the face, right? And we want to make it accessible. Anyone can join the live streams. Anyone can ask questions during jaw jacking. We have a lot of resources that are at no cost to people. And the idea here is, just making it accessible. We're not trying to Heisman people. The 90s are over, right? And obviously community support's a huge thing. If you do have any questions in chat as we go, please mention them. We can flag them, and during the AMA, we can bring them up, unless it's really specific to what I'm talking about. Values for Simply Cyber. Again, some people talk about values as like, oh, it's something you print out and stick on the wall, but it doesn't really mean anything. I'm here to tell you that is not the case here at Simply Cyber. I really, really do believe in these values. I preach them. And if you've spent a minute with the community, you know dang well that we exhibit these. And basically the reason I documented these values is because I want you to know, dude, I'm super inclusive. Okay. If you don't vibe with these values, the community might not be a good fit for you. There's tons of communities, and I hope you find the one that works for you. But here, these are core values. And if you're not feeling them, so support, right? We want to promote a safe space for learning and growth. You're toxic, you're talking trash, you're not helpful, you're spamming, you're hawking crypto, like not a good space for you. We are here to make it safe so anyone at any point in their career can ask a question and get a legit, helpful, value add answer. Anything of like, that's not okay here, okay? Inclusion. We want to create an environment where everyone feels welcome, whether you're in voice chat from Finland, whether you're in general chat, GRC Mafia, whether you're helping people, whether you're just a lurker, whatever, feel welcome. I mean, that's why
Welcome to the party, pal.
like, we want you to feel welcome. I want you to feel welcome. That's what's up with inclusion and why we have the Welcome to the Party, pal. And then collaboration. We foster and seek collective wisdom and cooperation. Dude, InfoSec, cybersecurity, it's too big for one person. You can't learn everything. People ask me questions all the time, and sometimes I don't know the answers because I don't have any experience with that, right? Crypto is like a huge weak spot for me. I don't know, and I'm not going to make something up. So collaboration isn't just about like, hey, how about you and I work on a project together? Collaboration is bringing knowledge from across our community to help get the right answers to the right people, okay? I'm not doing this so I can hear my own voice. I'm doing it to support basically the first two values, right? Getting people the information they need and making them feel safe. So again, I always talk about the core values when I do this meeting because it's vitally important that everybody understands what we stand for and what drives us. So the goals for 2025, just to lay the high level goals, this is what I am working towards alongside the whole team. I want 2 hours daily of cyber content. So I want from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. every single weekday morning content. And you're going to see this, like how we're achieving this right now. We've already got some content going up till 10 a.m. But Monday through Friday, daily cyber threat brief, jaw jacking, additional piece of content. And the idea is that we're going to build a block and then eventually in 2026, continue to grow that. The idea is that we don't just have cyber content every day, but we have valuable content across different dimensions and different disciplines because it's simply cybersecurity. No matter what it is you want, wherever your career goals are, just following the mission from before, I want you to be able to get it and have access to it and know that all these core values of safe, inclusive, all of that is going to align to any of the content you find on this channel and in this community. I want to expand the academy. GRC is really a focus, obviously, for me, right? Represent and run GRC. And for GRC Mafia, I know Chris Whitlock's probably off camera pumping his chest right now. We are making GRC accessible to everybody. I want to have 11 courses. I think we have like 5 or 6 courses right now. More updates on that during the academy section. We will be doing Simply CyberCon, expanding it to a 2-day event. This is in November timeframe. I am happy to talk about Simply CyberCon during the AMA. There are no slides around it, but I do have updates regarding it. There will be a training day the first day, then lecture talks the next day, and then a goal of 15% community growth. We are really, really super. I'm super into like first timers and people knowing about us. We had a guy on stream this morning say, I never heard of you before. How did I never hear of you? This is awesome. Talking about the daily cyber threat brief. So I have a feeling there's a lot of people out there who don't know about Simply Cyber that would absolutely benefit from our community. And I want them to find us. So we have, kind of a focused effort of community growth. More about that during Chris's section. All right, so meet the team, guys. Many of you may have interacted with these people. Some of them are in chat right now, but I want to call your attention to the team, okay? Starting from left to right, and I genuinely appreciate all of these individuals because they make it happen. Kimberly McKnight. Kimberly can fix it. She's director of the media group. She's also community mod. You guys see her on the panels. Just such a wonderful person. Josh Mason, he's director over the academy. Josh has been around for a million years. You guys all know him. He's super supportive and also co-host of Simply Defensive. We've got Chris Whitlock doing the director of community engagement, a Discord wizard, and also just like community driven. It's clear what motivates him and gets him excited, and he's really good at it. I'm super, super happy. And if you're enjoying the Discord experience and what's been going on there, you have Chris to thank directly. We've got our community mods, DJ Bisek. He helps produce and he does jaw jacking on Thursdays. Casually Joseph bringing that Gen Z perspective and doing the mods. Jenny Housley, community mod, long timer, and was supporting the Simply Cyber Community Challenge when we were doing that. She's always bringing her. She's consistent in bringing that professionalism. Justin Gold with our crypto angle and community mod. Love Justin and all that he does. Eric Taylor, you guys recognize Eric from Barricade Cyber. He's a community mod as well as doing jaw jacking on Tuesday and filling in the a-hole chair on the daily cyber threat brief when I am not available for those type of things. I appreciate that. Jesse Johnson getting back into the swing, the community moderator, aka Acid Burn on Discord. Myself, of course. Base Case, we've got Casey Gaska, the community mod. You guys know Base Case. He's like one of the very, very OG. I think he was the very first mod. And then I'd like to introduce a new person who you'll be seeing a little bit more of. She's community adjacent, but she's part of our community, is Kat Reed. Now, I've worked with Kat for a while. She's actually a public relations professional in the cyberspace, but she's actually going to be working with Simply Cyber and with all of us to actually begin to bring light to in more of a public setting of like all the things we're doing, the classes we're doing, the community events we're doing like that. Basically, this is kind of to drive awareness and grow that community. She's basically going to help us reach wider so more people can find out about us. You know that meme where the guy's like holding up and then another one's holding them up behind? That's like us. It's like me holding up like cyber and community, and then like Kat's holding me up and pushing or holding all of us up. Frankly, I just kind of came up with that on the fly, but I think it communicates. So anyways, to the team right here that makes this possible, thank you very much. I swear to God, guys, Simply Cyber would not be what it is without the effort and contributions of these people right here. Amazing. All right, so let's talk about community updates. You guys know Chris Whitlock, community administrator, this guy right here. What's up, Chris? How you doing?
Hello.
I love it. I'm going to hand off. I got to just tell you guys, when I asked Chris if he wanted to come on as the official director of community engagement, I was really, really hoping he would say yes. He has such a knack and such a talent for not just making Discord super slick and have cool features and stuff, but he's got tons of ideas around helping community engagement and encouraging people to break out of their shells and basically just step into uncomfortable, but in a way that's like safe and inclusive. So if you're enjoying the community experience, I'm telling you, this guy right here is chief to thank. Chris, I'll let you take it over. Thank you.
Yeah, first of all, thank you to everybody tuning in. I see so many different familiar faces, and this is going to be a breakdown largely about the Discord server, but as the community as a whole. So let's go ahead and get started. A couple things off the bat. What is the server's purpose? We have the Discord server, which I dropped in chat. I can go ahead and drop that again real quick as well. So if you guys aren't familiar, the Discord server, it serves so many different purposes. The live streams, the daily cyber threat brief is only one portion of the Simply Cyber community itself. It allows us to hold different events, collaborate, talk outside of these different live streams and events. We are also doing different events inside of the Discord server as well, like Meta CTF is, we have that event on a monthly basis. We're doing pre-show jaw jacking every single weekday as well now, along with some other various things that we're trying to bolt on too. We're definitely looking for community feedback. I'll talk about that a little bit later on. And then just a little introduction for me. So I did recently take that director of community engagement role with a large focus on the Discord server itself, just fostering the community that's already established and making sure that the server itself just meets the community's needs and demands. So some of the recent changes and wins for the community itself is we went through and did the channel renaming, which really helps with the mobile interface itself, makes it a little bit more simplistic, a lot easier to utilize just overall. We also implemented a really cool feature, channels and roles. So if you look at the very, very top of the server on the left-hand side for Discord, you select channels and roles, and that will actually allow you to select what you want to see and what you don't want to see. We do have like over 40 different channels available for various topics. Over 10 of those are off topic from cybersecurity. And so that's a really cool, neat feature that I'd highly recommend you guys to check out. And then another really big thing is that engagement and dedicated time. So especially with Gerald bringing these additional people on, such as myself, it really showcases that it's all about fostering the community that's already established, advancing it, putting more dedicated time towards it. And that's a really big thing to recognize as well. And also another key note here, the gifts got killed here, but I hope especially you guys that are typically part of the stream realize which gifts are playing here. Now, some of the server analytics, key metrics here. So over 18,000 members. A really interesting thing is over 1,800 active members on like looking at a 30-day window. Over 40 different channels. Over 10 of those are off topic, not even related to cybersecurity. An average of 140 messages daily, and that's across a 30-day window. And we have an average of over 20 new members per day. So that's where it really goes back to the fact that we just are looking for community feedback. What are the different benefits that we could provide in advance in the Discord server itself to give you guys the opportunity to further collaborate, network together, and so forth. Another really cool thing is like the last Tuesday of every single month, Chris Hilgado actually has his public speaking masters meetup as well for different various people to just meet up in the Discord server. It's not recorded or otherwise for public speaking. That's a perfect example where he said, "Oh, I would like to do this. You know, how could we implement this?" And we went through and got that set up. Some of the upcoming changes here and initiatives. So just cultivating the community, like I was saying, and just proactively seeking out feedback. We definitely want to realize and catch on like what can we do and provide to the community that we don't already have. So if you guys have ideas, you guys have feedback, if something doesn't look right or doesn't work properly, definitely reach out to myself. We also have a form for Discord feedback as well. And we just want to further advance this. So again, go ahead and join the Discord server if you can. I highly recommend it. There's so many different benefits of that. And I look forward to additional feedback and just further advancing it. One of the biggest things is just use the community. I try to tell that to everybody all the time. I would have certainly burned out myself if I didn't find the Simply Cyber community. And, you know, you just have to get comfortable with asking. I definitely realize that the social aspect can be difficult at times, but there's hundreds and hundreds of people, over 1,800 active members in the Discord server alone. And I have never once had a bad experience yet. Thank you very much for attending my TED Talk.
Thanks very much, Chris. I genuinely appreciate that. And yeah, again, Chris is very active in the Discord server. He's at C Whitlock. You can't miss him. Friendly face and always willing to help out. So if you got any questions or you're new here, you're trying to figure out what's going on, definitely ask one of the mods. But you know, Chris will always be there and definitely helpful. Thanks so much, Chris.
Thank you.
So now we're going to go into the media group updates. And I do want to say, I did answer this question in chat, but just SimZone Studio said, why is it every time I come on this stream, we're not talking about cybersecurity? Just to address that and the larger audience, if you just got here and you're like, what is going on? Simply Cyber is a very large community with many, many things going on. It's not just a YouTube channel that makes, you know, try hack me video. Like we're doing a bunch of stuff. So because of all of that, and because we want to be able to clearly communicate to everybody, community and new members alike, what is actually happening so they can take full advantage of it, we do this quarterly meeting. So that is clarity on why you're watching what you're watching. Now I want to turn the ball over, if you will, to one Kimberly McKnight. Now, let me tell you guys, this lady right here, you all know her as Kimberly Can Fix It, and she's always like quick in chat and just throwing stuff around and being super supportive. You may also know her as Kimberly from the Lanai. That's her pseudonym, if you will. But she's the director of the media group. And if you guys have experienced or enjoyed what's going on with the extended programming and all the other stuff with that, as well as all the amazing graphics and some of the value add stuff that we're doing weekly and posts on Discord, this woman right here is the reason and the driving force behind that. Kimberly, I'm going to step off and let you take it. Thanks so much for all you do.
Of course. Thank
you. Oh, hold on. Misfire. That was me.
Okay. Well, thank you. Of course, we all wouldn't be here without you. So thanks for putting this community together. And And hello, everybody. Nice to see you all. I saw Gary mentioning that he did not, or, it's hard sometimes to get on Discord at work, but, if you can fit that mobile in and maybe get it on your personal way there, you might be able to tune in a little bit or catch some of those notifications. But thanks again for having me here. I really appreciate it. I'm very excited. I've been with Jerry for some time now, helping out with the media group. And then also, prior to that, just helping with social and some marketing, consulting, and things like that. So really proud to be a part of the team. And really just want to today just quickly bring you through some of the items that we have with the media group. Some of the lineup of events. This is the new logo. So this is great. I did not make this, so I can't take credit, but all of the new logos were done. Jerry hired someone who was amazing, and you'll see all of those on the different scopes of work. Simply Cyber has their own. Simply Cyber Firesides has a new one out. Jaw Jacking has a logo as well. So stay tuned for those as you see the content coming out everywhere. And for the lineup of events, you all should be familiar. And if not, you definitely want to put this one on your calendar. It happens every weekday, Monday through Friday, unless there is a dire emergency coming up. And even then, Gerald's usually gracious for us and has someone fill in to be a host when available. So again, this is the Daily Cyber Threat Brief. It's the place that we all come to learn, laugh, and build our community at the same time. We're known as Team SC if you're new here. So hashtag Team SC if you're ever sharing posts out on social or you're in the live chat, just throw that out there. And of course, as you can see on that nice golden banner, this is a recent winner of the SANS Difference Maker Awards Podcast of the Year. Jerry and his wife were there in person to collect that award in December. So really a lot of fun and very well deserved. So that runs on this channel. The next, here we go. The next one that I'd like to talk about is Simply Fireside. So this is a graphic which does not have the new logo on it yet, but will be coming soon for the Firesides. Brittany White, also known as B-Dubs. Many of you may know her around the community. She's a wonderful professional in the cybersecurity industry and also very well known here in our community. She's highly active in Discord and is typically on a lot of the streams when she's available. And she's coming up for a personal branding case study. Is going to be the topic on the upcoming Simply Cyber Firesides on March the 6th. So coming soon, stay tuned for that. We have another one or two, I think, coming up before hers, but just wanted to highlight that since she is a member of the community. And if you ever see these out there, we share this out on YouTube on the same channel here, as well as LinkedIn. You can find those. And, again, please share, spread the love. But Simply Cyber Firesides are a lot of fun. So they're also the other live program, as well as the Daily Cyber Threat Brief, which happens every weekday. The next one I'd like to share with you is started last season. So at the end of last year, we had, or maybe last quarter or so of last year, we had Simply Defensive is a new podcast with Wade Wells, who many of you may know from neighboring communities, I guess I could say, from Black Hills and Anti-Siphon. He does a lot with them over there. And him and Josh got together. Josh Mason is another member of this community. Also was spearheading the Simply Cyber Con that Gerald was talking about, the live in person that we had. So we had it virtual the first year. The last year was the first time we had it in person. So he had a lot to do with putting all of that together for us. So really two great guys, very well known in the industry too, have a lot of insights to share. And they're actually bringing people on to their show that are in the industry. Some of them may be well known, others maybe not so much. But again, really a great place to learn about different people in the industry and or themselves. So season 1 is available in the playlist under Simply Cyber. So if you want to head over to the playlist, all of these shows that I'm talking about have a playlist, so you can go back and catch up on prior episodes and get some learning content on there. They're also available via podcast. So any of your podcast platforms, you can head on over there and find the Simply Defensive via Audible or via audio podcast. The next one, which of course, these are all some of my favorites, but Jax and Erica McDuffie are two of my favorites in the community as well. They are security consultants, really highly focused in the GRC space, which is governance, risk, and compliance for those that may be new here. And they are in season 6, believe it or not. So these ladies have been doing it for quite some time. They are now sponsored by ThreatLocker as well. And actually Simply Defensive is too. So just throwing that in there. But they will be back for season 1 on February the 26th. So This Two Cyber Chicks, as well as Simply Defensive, as Jerry mentioned earlier, these podcasts will be running right after the Daily Cyber Threat Brief. We have Jawjacking for a half hour, and then after Jawjacking at 9:30 is when these shows premiere. Now, this show is going to be released on a Wednesday cadence, and then every other Wednesday, whereas Simply Defensive that I just showed is on a Monday schedule, and they're every Monday while they're running their seasons. So again, really excited to have these two ladies back. Jack Scott is currently the VP of cybersecurity at Pearson, which I'm sure most of us have heard of, the education company. And Erica McDuffie is a senior consultant at Coalfire. So again, they'll bring lots of valuable insights from their perspectives and the perspectives of their guests from all different backgrounds in the industry. So again, you can catch up on all of their seasons in the playlist as well. Really tons of content that you'll find really insightful there. The next one is a new podcast that we have this year, started in 2025. This is the Cybersecurity Mentors podcast. So if you had not had a chance to tune into this one will show on Thursdays. So we've been running that Thursdays, again, that 9:30 time slot after Jawjacking. And the host of this is actually Steve Higuereta. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. Who is the director of security, infra and ops at Clemson University. And John Hoyt, who many of you may know, he actually attended the Simply CyberCon with us last year in person, had a talk there. There's also a playlist for Simply CyberCon on the Simply CyberCon YouTube channel, so feel free to check that out. This, again, will be every Thursday, 9:30 a.m. You can catch the latest episode. They're on this week coming up on Thursday as well. And we will have that. It's in a playlist format too. So prior to this, they did have one other season. You can go check that out on your favorite podcast platform. And then these are also available on podcasts too via audio. But feel free to check it out on this channel. They're really great guys. They have their own mentorship company as well, where they have mentorship programs that they offer with a free consult to start out. So both co-founders of that, which is Cyber Professional Services. So really great. I would highly suggest checking that one out. The one that was just this past Friday was really good. So the next one that we have is kind of a surprise here. This is a new one. You may not have heard about this yet since this has just been in the works. And these are two great guys in the ICS space, industrial control system space, and OT, operational technology. So we have here Don C. Weber and Tom Van Norman. Both of them are with SANS. Don C. Weber, let's see. Don is a principal consultant and founder at Cutaway Security and an information consulting company based out of Texas. And then like Don, Tom has an extensive background in OT and ICS. Tom leads the Sci-Fi product group at Grim, which you may have heard of as well, another company that's well known in the cybersecurity space. And his primary focus is securing industrial control systems. So be sure to get your calendars ready for this latest podcast edition to the Simply Cyber Media Group. We're really excited about it. And stay tuned just for more updates on that. It will be launching before the Two Cyber Chicks. So the week before Two Cyber Chicks, this will come out on Wednesday. And this will rotate every other week with Two Cyber Chicks. So again, really exciting to have this added to the calendar. And finally, really just wanted to show you here, if you have not seen this already online, this is something that we create. It may change its format a little bit in future. We'll work on that as more programs start coming. We'll have another format for this to be presented to you. But currently, this is our weekly stream schedule. So this will be available for you every week. Whether you check in on Discord, LinkedIn, or YouTube, you will find posts through the Simply Cyber channels and networks that will provide this lineup for you. Kind of just makes it a little bit easier for you to see what's happening each week, what times these events are. And we've currently separated them from the stream list, stream kind of / podcasts, and then the Discord events, because those are in two separate places. If you're not familiar with Discord, it was something, I'll be honest, when I transitioned over into the industry, I was very, I'm going to say shy, just was not as hip to jumping on it. It was, for myself, just knowing my little brothers were on it all the time for playing games and such. So it took me a while to adapt to it, but now it's a daily go-to for me and really a great platform, not only to network, but to get updates from different communities like this too. So that is what I have for you here. I would highly encourage you to, like I said, join the channels, follow us, subscribe on all of the social networks. Of course, hit that bell on Simply Cyber so you'll be notified of all this stuff as it comes up.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kimberly. And guys, like the programming, the content, everything tied together, and especially that menu of upcoming content, direct result of Kimberly's efforts and contributions. Like Kimberly, you're killing it. Like this community is so
Oh,
much
thanks,
better off
Gary.
because of your contributions. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. All right. Now, our friend Josh Mason is currently, I think he's actually dancing with the mouse down in Florida, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. So I'm going to run the Academy update. So remember, we have the Simply Cyber Media Group, which is all the amazing content that Kimberly just spoke about. We've got the community, which is basically based in Discord and not just your little brother's gaming area, but a really killer engaged community. And then we have Simply Cyber Academy, right? So here are the updates on that. I know this graphic is a little tough to see, but we are increasing our faculty bench or our instructors. So many of you know that I have content in the Academy. Steve McMichael, who is in chat right now. Hey, Steve, what's up? Steve McMichael has been putting out some coursework around Accolade cyber certification and learning. So certified risk fundamentals, certified risk practitioner and professional. So again, really leaning into that GRC side. And he's got some great content coming up. I think he has like 3 or 4 classes in all, or 4 or 5 for the roadmap of 2025. So he's just going to be grinding. So if you like Steve's face, good for you, because you're going to be getting more of it pretty soon. We also have PBO, Professor Black Ops. Now, many of you know PBO. He's a longtime community member, really great guy. And he like lives and breathes basically NIST, right? So he's an iHeart NIST guy. If you're a GRC Mafia and or a iHeart NIST person and you're a squad member, don't be shy. I personally identify quite well with NIST. He's actually working on a course right now that we should be seeing here in Q1 on 853. So if you've been looking on going deep on NIST 853, if you want to be an absolute nerd like me and be able to be like, oh, you're talking about AC6 least privilege, you want to pull those kind of things out at like parties and just impress people, and also be able to crush kind of federal IT type work or even implement NIST cybersecurity framework, you will get a wide and comprehensive understanding of NIST 853. And PBO is actually coming on as like a full instructor. Like, I really don't want to do these onesie twosie things. So he's coming on and he's got some ideas for some IRS specific compliance work and other NIST related stuff. And I want to remind everybody, like the Academy, it's just like the Simply Cyber YouTube channel with the content. Like, it's not about like, okay, what's going to have the biggest reach and be the most generic so it gets the most views or the most signups. It's like, what can we help people with? And PBO's experience with IRS cybersecurity regulations and compliance is, I mean, it's like decades of experience. So like, why not? Even though it's niche, I want somebody who's out there that is looking for that to be able to find it in the community, which is why those core values, going back to that, right? Inclusion, collaboration, bringing the subject matter experts to bear to be able to make that accessible education to people who want it. And then we've got another one that's kind of in the pipeline now. Terry Khalil, who is a Simply Cyber community member. She was at Simply CyberCon. You may have run into her. She's got some great experience, and she's working on a course around compliance and practical implementation and management of compliance at a business. So again, really trying to drive home practical skills, things that you can take and apply at work, or be able to like basically flex at a job interview and get the job ultimately, because that's what we love doing. I love playing the wrecking ball. I'll let other people speak about that if they want, but I love playing the wrecking ball. Even SSD right now, SSD is in chat, and he's, SSD said, hey, listen, I'm on Team Replay now because I got an internship. Bittersweet, but you know what? I'm pumped for you. I'd rather you have the internship, have the job, pursue those career dreams and goals than, be live. Like, miss you, obviously, but like that's what we're doing here. That's the ultimate goal. We are democratizing cybersecurity education in the Academy. So some of the classes in the Academy do cost money, right? As some of you are well aware. We do try to price it what I would consider very reasonable and very accessible. But even at $0. We do offer a lot. So like, I've just got a bunch of things here. I've put these in the Academy for free. You can right now sign up for the Cyber Career Launchpad course, which has like 12 or 15 practical hands-on like labs and modules. And, it's kind of like an inch deep, a mile wide for people trying to figure it out. We've got some digital downloads. I put together this infographic a couple weeks ago, just because someone asked me the question in jaw jacking. And I was like, you know what? It is a workflow. Let's go ahead and document it. So we are trying to make it affordable or free and just get people like the tools they need. You know what I mean? So I love it. Hold on one second. Okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. All right. So sorry, Chris Whitlock was messaging me. All right. So what else have we got? What can you expect in 2025? So you kind of know what's going on, but in 2025, I'm super pumped. Now, again, the GIFs are turned off because we downloaded a PowerPoint here to upload it for the stream. But like, imagine this guy walking down and doing a 360 and then doing shooters, pistols. One of the things that you can expect in 2025, I listed some of the instructors that we have coming in. I'm super excited. I'm in the works right now with partnering and potentially bringing in like a huge thing to the Simply Cyber Academy. I'm just teasing this, okay? Like, this is a straight tease. Yes, we're going to have courses. Yes, it's going to be interesting. Digital downloads, free education. But I'm in the middle of working on something pretty massive that I haven't really told. I've only told a few people about. So stay tuned. We've got really something that will get you super excited. It has nothing to do with the current instructors or the things that I'm working on. This is like a massive development. So stay tuned for that. And that's why it's like a shadowy. I love Banksy's artwork, but it's like a shadowy figure. Like, ooh, what's he talking about? We're going to do increased industry meta tie-in, which I know is a mouthful. And just so you know, the animated GIF is Voltron forming. I want everyone to know, like, CMMC, like Chris Whitlock was actually like chastising me today, and I took it as constructive feedback. Like, CMMC is super hot right now, right? Instead of doing like vulnerability management analyst, which is in the works right now, like CMMC is something that can get people jobs they need to know about. People who work at businesses that are going to have to comply with CMMC don't know what it is, right? So we're going to try to continue to focus on what is, I guess, what is so hot right now.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
Right. So we're going to focus on that and make content and direct the instructors and the roadmap to align with what industry is needing right now. Okay. So that's something that I'm working on as well. I will be doing the CMMC course, just so people know, which I'm very, very excited about. It's, it like scratches the itch of like super nerd. I'm like, ooh, 800, 171. I've been wanting to put those pants on for a while. So let's get busy. All right. You can imagine that. And then also, this is kind of another, a different update, but kind of big. Academy expansion. Now, this one is, I guess take a seat, everybody, because this one's kind of a big update. So I want Simply Cyber to be the place, Academy, to be the place where you go for GRC learning and education. And I've made that clear from day one. Like, GRC Mafia, like, we have cool shirts now, and we still get kind of ridiculed we're at the big kids table now, but still, like, pen testers are like pushing their glasses up and like looking at us. So we want it to be GRC and excellent GRC. And that's what we're doing. The instructors, the education, everything. But there's been multiple times people have asked me, there's been multiple instructors that have content that they desperately want to engage and like basically work with our community. And I've said, okay, like, this makes sense. Like, what I'm going to do is, when I think of a university has colleges, right? So the University of Massachusetts, where I went to school, has a bomb computer science program and a bomb engineering program. But they also have a really, really amazing school of business, which is like two different things altogether. One university, multiple colleges. So in 2025, we're going to be expanding the academy. You'll still be able to get all the GRC love and knowledge you want, and it will be hyper-focused like a college campus with, the swim lanes and everything's crystal clear. But we are going to be expanding it out to some other dimensions and other skill sets, and it'll be like almost like a separate college with separate leadership who are experts in that area driving kind of the curriculum around that. So just stay tuned for that. That's a bit of a big, massive update. I was actually going to save this for like a Steve Jobs, like, oh, wait, one more thing. But I don't have that kind of stage presence. So stay tuned for that. All right, final thoughts, guys, as we wrap here. We're at 40 past the hour, so we got some time here for Q&A, obviously. Mental health, okay? So just to be clear, I'm very open about this. I am super, super, super grateful for all of you, all of the contributions you guys do. Dan Reardon with the Thursday memes, James McQuiggan with the Friday jokes, Poner Joe is helping with the CTF. Chuck Sapp is helping with the newsletter. Officially, Kimberly, Chris, Josh, and Kat are in like official capacities with direction. Guys, like, not to make this a big boo-hoo belly, ache or whatever. Like, I was drowning. Okay. Like it's been difficult, and like a couple burnout situations in 2024, mental health issues. And I haven't felt better. Like I was like kind of walking with like a pep in my step at Costco like 3 weeks ago. And my wife, Mrs. Auger, was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I just feel so good. Like we're going to be able to realize all these Simply Cyber goals, and we've got great people to help." And I feel relief. Like I know that sounds, I don't know if that sounds bad or not. I don't know how to explain it, but like, it just felt like a load that I now have, like, help carrying the load. And I'm just so grateful for it. Thank you. I don't want to make a big deal about it, please. I'm not like, broken or something. I just want you guys to know I dealt with some crap, and I'm wicked happy that I'm past that. And then thank you, all of you, for all you do. I just want to be really transparent about that. We're going to be looking for an ambassador program. Now, many of you know about the Simply Cyber local meetups. I know Jack Scott, Luke Canfield doing the Raleigh Durham, Marcus Kyler is in the Detroit crew. Toasty Pops is down in KC. We got the Flow Rider contingent, right? We've got it going on, but it kind of like starter pistol went off, and then we ran like 10 feet and then tripped over our own feet. We're going to be revisiting that. We're trying to find a mechanism. The entire point of the ambassador program is to have local meetups for Simply Cyber community people in your area. And the ambassador is kind of like the person who's taking responsibility for that area. Those people I just named are ambassadors. Like, we want people to be able to connect in real life, in person, and we need people to help us in their regional areas. We're going to be revisiting that. So if you're interested in being an ambassador, stay tuned. If you're interested in local community meetups, stay tuned, because it's happening. We've already piloted it and people love it. And we're going to make it more of a focus. As always, Black Hat Vegas, DC, DEF CON will be happening. It's first week of August. I go every year. I've been going for, 15 years. We do a Simply Cyber community meetup. We will be doing it again. I'm super excited. Stay tuned for all the updates. It's a huge annual kind of like big hug and community thing. We might even be splitting it with the Hack Smarter community. Tyler Ramsby reached out and said, "Hey, maybe we could like pair and do like one super event." So stay tuned for that. It's definitely going to be fun. It's something I look forward to every year. If you want to see me give a public speech and like break, like kind of low key cry, I try not to break down, but like, it's so emotional to see everybody and to feel the connection with you all. That'll be happening. And then of course, one major cool update. I know not everybody can make it to Deadwood, South Dakota. It's hard. Wild West Hackin' Fest, one of my two favorite conferences ever. I've worked it out with the hotel operators there. And downstairs, there's like this sports book with wicked comfy chairs and a huge TV wall. We have it locked in. We will be doing the daily cyber threat brief live from Deadwood. If you want to be in attendance, if you're there and you want to sit in the comfy chairs and attend a live stream of the show, we will be doing it on that Thursday and Friday. So I'm super excited. It will be 6 a.m. in the morning. So if you're staying up late at the Elks Club getting after it, you may want to temper that. But it's all about good times. I'm super excited about it. We've been asked for doing a live daily cyber threat brief for years, and we've not been able to fully realize it. So this will be the first time, and I'm super pumped. Okay, so I'm going to bring on Chris and Kimberly. Kimberly, do you want to turn your camera back on so we can get you for Q&A? There you are. All right, let's bring on Chris and Kimberly. Guys, I want to thank you. I'm super, super excited for 2025. I think we've got a lot of amazing things lined up for 2025. We serve the community, and that's all of you. So if you have questions, if you want clarification, anything like that, we are here for you. And having said that, thank you, all of you, for all that you do. All right, so let's flip it here and let's open it up to Q&A. What kind of questions? We got any questions in chat? Probably should have teased it before the 20-second delay. So there we go. Everybody's name is in chat. Chris Whitlock, while we got you here in questions queuing up, tell us about Study GRC and how people what is Study GRC?
So Study GRC originated from the Simply Cyber community. It's all about fostering community in the GRC space. So breaking down barriers and just making it easier for both practitioners and newcomers to break into the field and just expand on their knowledge.
Awesome.
A lot of networking, socializing, education.
There we go. Democratizing it. And dude, if you're a regular at the Study GRC community, you know the awesome work that they're doing over there. So go check that out. Chris, if I wanted to check out Study GRC, what would I go to?
StudyGRC.org. And we're going to be streaming 5 days a week now, starting next week.
Oh my God. Yeah, just casually dropping that we're going 5 days a week live. Got it. All right.
Yep.
All right, cool. So let's get some questions here. Lazaro, I love Lazaro. He's like my case study of like success. Regarding mental health, I deal with complex PTSD and I feel like I deal with burnout pretty quickly. Is there a way to balance? Is there a way to balance or avoid burnout so quickly? I'm not a health professional. For me personally, I feel like it's kind of specific to individuals. For me, I just try to, like, when I feel it coming on, I kind of try to get in front of it, and then I go do something that gives me pleasure, like go run, or I play Fortnite with my kids. I will like literally try to mentally be present, which is, I've been trying to do this like meditation stuff. I suck at it. But I try to be present for me. Chris, you got any thoughts around this?
Yeah, I'm probably not the best person for that, to be honest with you, but a large portion that I've been working on is time blocking. So I always am in that mindset of, I could just spend another half hour on this or another hour on this and just get that out of the way. But implementing time blocking and actually sticking to it, I find to be very useful.
Excellent. Kimberly, what are your thoughts for Lazaro?
Yeah, no, I know Lazaro. We kind of DM and chat back and forth on a regular basis. Great guy. Thanks for joining us today, Lazaro. I know you're really busy. And, I don't know if I've ever had PTSD, specifically, but I've definitely, had bouts of depression and, different things and burnout and all of that. So, when you feel it, even I've heard before you even feel it, you kind of feel these things a little bit starting to build on before they really set in. Listen to yourself, take that time that you need. If you have to bow out of things and not be involved, and don't worry about like necessarily letting others down. You have to be there for yourself first in order to, as I've heard, being a people pleaser myself, people say you have to take care of yourself first before you can really help others. But I say that's really important. If you feel those things coming, just make sure you're doing the precautions, taking what you need to do to help yourself kind of get back to a space where you're feeling a little bit more comfortable. And sometimes it just takes time. Sometimes there's nothing we can really do about it. We just have to go through things and experience feelings and those emotions that we don't always want to. I know you have your dog that you love just as much as I do. My little baby, I don't have children, so my dog is, my little go-to. And if I'm feeling a little down, go over to him and get some cuddles and, do what I can. So just, pay attention to it. Don't let it, if you feel it's getting to a point or a little out of control, reach out to people and even professionals if you have to. There's a lot of support groups too. And I know sometimes, especially with these things, it kind of feels a little bit like it's private and not everybody wants to talk about it, but there are really specific groups for almost everything. So I would probably try to reach out to, some groups and see if there's some people you could talk to and, maybe talk some of those things out for people who are having the same issues that you are too. So that tends to help a lot. Being able to just talk sometimes makes you feel a lot better.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much. And thanks for the question, Lazaro. And thanks for the resources. Really quickly, I saw a question about Space Taco's Discord server. Again, as part of the effort of revamping the Discord server, if you go to the Simply Cyber Discord server right now, you can go to Discord partners, Chris.
Yep. Partner discords.
Yeah, partner Discords, and Space Tacos is absolutely a partner Discord, and you can get there. And check that out. Hey, really quickly, I forgot about this, but this is why you stick around. We are actually going to raffle off 2 tickets right now, compliments of Real Bilbo to Zero Trust World. It is in Florida, Orlando. It's in person. It's a $500 ticket. This is just for the ticket. This doesn't include food or room or anything like that. And I think it's like February 16th, 17th, 18th, like right around there. If you're interested in winning these tickets, right? Enter ZTW in chat. ZTW in
But
chat.
Jerry, you want to add these? This is not virtual though. There's not a way to attend
Yes.
virtually, right? It's
This is
only
an
in person.
in-person conference. It's a
In
$500
Orlando.
ticket. You would need to be able to go to Florida. You would need to have funds for hotel and food and travel. This is just a ticket to get in the door. If you're interested, okay? Zero Trust World, Real Bilbo. I mean, and if you win it, you can't use it. You can raffle it off yourself. I mean, I don't know, but
True.
all right. So B-Dubs is up in here. Chris Whitlock's trying to get in on this action. I got you. All right. So cue that up. Let's speed run this because I have a 1 o'clock here. Crinkles says, Simply Cyber Community Challenge asked about earlier in the year. Chris Whitlock and I can discuss this. Like I said, we were running this and it became more work than it did value. Like we were like having to like hunt people down and like, you know, they weren't posting. So Scott, I'm definitely interested in this. Maybe we can revamp it for like upcoming Cyber Pro Spotlight or something like that, where it's like designed for junior people or interns and stuff like that. So I guess let's take a note on it and we'll try to revisit that. Casually Joseph wants to know if I'm going to be taking a vacation this year. All right, next question. Agent 57 says, how are you all? 15-second response. By the way, I'm not taking a vacation. Agent 57 says, how are you? We'll run around the horn real quick. I'm walking on sunshine, man. I told you about that a minute ago. Kimberly, how are you?
You'll be taking some type of vacation this year, I'm sure. But all that to say, yeah, I'm doing great. Doing great. Happy to be here. You know, could complain about things, but why? You know, I mean, life is good. So
I love it.
Happy to be here.
Chris, how you doing?
I'm hyped, excited. GRC Mafia. So many great things coming up.
All right,
Especially
I
now
love
that
it.
Madden,
All
let's
right, so
go.
Space Taco says, can the shirt expand? Yes, I will tell you. Yes, Space Tacos. I'm actually going to order in like 15 shirts on February 12th or 22nd. Stay tuned. I'll put it in chat. Basically, the store that hosts the merch that I have, I don't manage it. It's just like a pass through, and they tell me when upcoming sales are happening. I think I'm supposed to promote them. I don't know. But there's like a 20% off coming in February. So I'm waiting to buy a bunch of shirts for that. I will let you know. And when I'm in there, Space Tacos, I'll expand the shirt offering to be as large a selection as possible. I'll just toggle on all the
Well,
things.
and we can talk about that too, Jerry, because we can even make another style, because sometimes it depends on the style that you chose, that it may only have certain sizes. So another style can have that same design put on it, and it may have a bigger, assortment of
there we
sizes.
go.
So
All right, there we
we'll
go.
get that
Thank
fixed.
you. Perfect. Okay. George Strasburger says, I have a meeting. Love to see a Simply Cyber After Dark where we get together and share virtual beers. All right. Chris, I mean, can you just take a note? Like we could do that as a community event. I mean, those things are cool. It just gets a little dodgy when you have like 30 people talking at the same time over each other.
Now, is that like a Discord, do you mean, George, or do you mean like live on YouTube? Just curious what his
yeah, I guess what kind of event are you talking about? I think on Discord, it might be cool to have some type of like viewing party and then have beers and kind of talking and stuff like that. But IDK says, hi, Dr. Auger. Have a thought about doing a special edition at a different time and trying it out. Keep doing the YouTube ads. I believe those can expand your reach. I don't know. We have a ton of content airing on the show, so I'm not going to change the daily cyber threat brief time slot. So I hear you, IDK, about experimenting. We can certainly do that. And as we expand the portfolio, the idea isn't just to have 8 to 10 and then 8 to 11, then 8 to 12. It's like, we'll probably pivot from 8 to 10 and then start doing 3 to 5 PM to have the end of the workday. People got to get some work done. I know the Simply Cyber program is sick, but like we got to have some time there for folks.
Okay.
Mara Levy, my friend, I love this community. So many amazing people. Thank you. Any chance of seeing more female reps during your Friday jaw-jacking panel? Yes, absolutely, Mara Levy. We do have Kimberly Can Fix It. I have reached out. I've asked Caitlin Sarian, aka Cybersecurity Girl, Jack Scott, Erica. Unfortunately, I don't. It's not because they're females, but like the females I've reached out to seem to always have conflicts. So we'll try to get into that. There's another Rihanna Schultz, I think I reached out to, and the timing we just couldn't line up. But yes, I'll take it for note. We need more female representation.
And I think too, to add, Jerry, we may even have some, well, I know we do have some very viable people in our community. So maybe we could find a way to maybe make a channel on Discord or something that has people that would like to, maybe they could drop their LinkedIn or whatever it might be. And, you know,
yeah, we definitely need a better way of managing that. Cause like even the guy, Anthony Bendez from Level Effect wanted to come on, and like, I'm basically having to email people one-on-one. It's like, it is a mess. Yeah. It's actually a huge area that needs to be fixed. All right. Hey, let's go ahead and draw the winners for the Zero Trust World. We have 2 tickets to Paradise. Okay, so first winner is gonna be Dennis Keefe. My man, Dennis Keefe.
Oh, Dennis, I hope you can make it.
Yes, sir. Okay, and then our next winner is gonna be Marcus Kyler. Yes, sir. All right. So congratulations, Marcus. Congratulations,
Very nice.
Dennis. Connect with me. Real Bilbo's the one who's going to be handling everything. So you can just, because the good thing is we know both of you. So you can just at me and Real Bilbo, the Real Bilbo in chat, and we can do that.
And shout out to Dennis for just passing his CISA Plus too this week. Awesome.
Oh my God, just crushing it like a boss. All right, guys. Hey, it's about that time. We do have to wrap it. I thought this was a phenomenal state of Simply Cyber. I hope you got value from it. Seriously, again, extended sincere appreciation to both Kimberly Can Fix It, Chris Whitlock, Josh Mason, the entire mod team, and the extended team like Haircut Fish and James McQuiggan at 35,000 feet. Guys, we are. I really, really feel like there's a rocket up my ass and we're like going big in 2025. I'm super excited about it. I can't wait to do so many amazing things this year and just grow the community and like just engage. It's going to be sick. Chris, any final thoughts?
I just want to thank everybody. Simply Cyber is a community. That's the biggest thing. It's built from the community itself. So yeah, thank you to each and every single one of you guys who participate, join us every single morning and so forth. That's what it's all about. And I hope to just further advance the Discord server, more collaboration and so forth throughout the year, and so many exciting things coming up.
I love it. Kimberly, final thoughts for the community?
Yeah, ditto. I mean, just stay tuned and, you know, like I said, make sure you set those notifications, follow, and thanks for being a part of it. Really, this is a true community. Like we hear it a lot more because it's becoming a trend, but I think it's probably started here. So
I love it. I love it. All right, everybody, on behalf of the directors and the community, you guys are amazing. Have a great weekend and hashtag Team SC. Let's go.